The views, opinions and information shared during the KCU Services podcast series belong solely to the individuals involved. Any recommendations or advice given during the podcast are general in nature and does not replace the need to seek professional advice where necessary. If you are in need of urgent assistance, please call 000 or the Kids Helpline on 1-800-551-800.
The City of Casey proudly acknowledges the traditional owners, Casey's Aboriginal communities, and their rich culture, and pays respect to their elders past, present and future. We acknowledge Aboriginal people as Australia's first people and as the traditional owners and custodians of the land on which we work and live. This podcast has been recorded on Bunurong land.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Season 5, Episode 7 of the KCU Services podcast. My name's Stephen, and joining us in the co-host chair for the first time is Kyle.
Hey everyone, good to be here. And we're joined by one of our fellow workers, Veronica.
Hi everyone.
Hi Veronica, it's great to have you here. Veronica works in the youth engagement team and helps in facilitating and bringing to life programs like FReeZA and the Teenage School Holiday Program.
So, I got a question I just thought about. This is for everyone, by the way. So, what kind of animal would you like to talk to?
Would I like to talk to?
Yeah.
If I could choose any animal.
And they can reply, sorry.
Oh my gosh, it would have to be dogs. And that's a bit of a selfish reason because I have a dog at home, a border collie, and he's quite cheeky and naughty. And so I would love to talk to dogs so I could talk to him and hear what is going on in his head and try to reason with him as well. Maybe he might behave a little bit better if I could talk to him. What about you guys?
I think I would pick birds because they can see what's coming and I could talk to them about potential traffic, if someone's coming along that I don't want to talk to. A lot of cool things with the birds, I think.
Nice. Any specific kind of bird or just all the birds?
I would go with seagulls because I feel like there's always seagulls around.
True.
So if I had to pick one particular bird, it would be a seagull.
Yeah, have the numbers behind you.
Yeah, and I'd help them out. I'd tell them, that family over there, they're going to turn their back so the chips are free. Just don't touch mine.
So you both support each other. Teamwork. Teamwork. I love it.
Absolutely. Got to help them and they'll help me.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What about you, Kyle?
Spiders.
That's creepy.
No. Hear me out. Okay. Let me cook. So the reason why is because obviously they're quite small. They, they climb that sort of thing. So I feel like they would just see so many things that as a human you couldn't possibly see. They would just know things that, they can get into spaces we obviously can't. I think it'd be so interesting to hear what they have to say about things that go on behind the scenes that we just physically can't get to or can't see. I think it's so interesting. And then obviously the different kinds of spiders as well. They'd all have different topics and stuff. I think it'd be just awesome.
Maybe different accents or ways of talking as well.
I feel like it'd be funny actually if each spider, let's say all the Australian spiders had an Australian accent, but all the Brazilian spiders had a Brazilian accent. That'd be really funny. I didn't think of that. Yeah. But yeah, definitely spiders.
I mean, I guess it would help you locate where the spiders were. But wouldn't it be a little bit freaky if you couldn't see the spider, but they were still talking to you?
Okay, so I got a fun fact then.
Okay.
For every for the listeners, this actually isn't exactly true, so don't quote me on this, but for every, I think it's square meter, there's 5 spiders or 100 spiders or something. It's there's a big number of spiders. 5 and 100 obviously is quite different. I understand that, but yeah, for every square feet of earth or whatever, there's just a bunch of spiders that are lurking about.
So we're always surrounded.
Yeah. So if I could talk to spiders, I just hear constant chatter basically, oh guys, please shut up. I'm trying to think.
Cool. So the birds will eat the spiders and the dogs will eat the birds.
It's a cycle of life.
The spiders outnumber the birds.
Ooh.
Yeah, but we'll just fly away. It's all good. I'd like to talk to Veronica about some of the fun things that you get to do in your role. You have such a cool job. Mm-hmm. What are some of the awesome things you get to do?
I'm very lucky. You're right. I have a very cool job, and sometimes I have to pinch myself to think that I'm actually getting paid for what I'm doing because it's so enjoyable. So I run our teenage school holiday program, which happens 4 times a year on, as you can guess, every school holidays. And when we have our program, I get to do different activities every time. So we get to go to the movies, we get to go to different farms, we get to go to places like Gumbaya World, Luna Park, and we also do some different sporting activities as well. So we've done workshops before with the St Kilda Football Club, with Melbourne City soccer team, and also we've gone swimming as well. So you name it, we've done it. We generally have something for everyone, which is really fantastic. And for me as a worker, it's really amazing because it means every day is a different activity. I could absolutely never get bored. So there's that part, which is really great. And then the other part of my role is I run our FReeZA program, which you might know already is a program for young people 12 to 25 years old. It's externally funded through the Victorian government. And essentially it's a committee of young people who are really interested in music and art events or event management. And we come together once a fortnight and we create, plan and then run different music and art events for other young people within the city of Casey to enjoy. So just this year alone, we've had Quest Fest, which was really gaming focused. We had Harmony Brews, which was for our older cohort of young people, 18 to 25, where there was live music. And then we've also had another different variety of events. We've combined with other youth committees such as the Art Agitators from Bunjil Place and provided some live music for their events. And then on top of that as well, we also like to do some training. So we've done audio training and event management training as well, to name a few. So a big variety of things. And that's just this year.
And look, we get to collaborate with you guys too. The FReeZA team do a fantastic job. You know, like for us, we've got an event coming up in January called Summerfest, and we're looking to get a couple of the FReeZA members to come and do some singing and stuff. I know in the past we've had, young people come along and do singing. Doveton Show, that's another space you guys do, right?
Absolutely. We do Doveton Show on a yearly basis, and that's been fantastic. We had the 360 bus there, and then we had a little stall right next to them, and we provided live music throughout the day. I think we had about 3 or 4 different musicians come and do different sets, which was great to have young people within Casey put their music out there. And then on the side, we also did airbrush tattoos, and we also had a henna artist there as well, which was great. Very cool.
That's very cool. That's very cool. So I'd like to know, like, if you've refused to go on any of the activities in the Teenage School Holiday Program, you know, because I did notice that when it was time to do go-karts, your hand didn't go up, and I actually had to go out and do it for the team.
Oh, to actually participate in the activities?
Yes.
You know, I must say most of the activities I don't physically participate in, and there's good reason, and that's generally because I like to stand back, watch the young people enjoy, but first of all, more to like manage risk. So in case anyone got in trouble or for some reason they needed to ask a question, I'm always there and I'm always available for them. So the great thing about our program is we have a 1 to 10 staff ratio. So that's 1 staff member for every 10 young people. And that's fantastic because it means the staff that we have on board for the program get to jump in, like yourself, Stephen, and participate and enjoy the activities. And another great bonus is then the staff gets to socialise even more so with the young people, get to know each other as well, which is really beneficial. So yeah, I'm looking on the outside.
Yeah, see, I'd love to see you jump in the go-kart, but...
Are you challenging me to a race?
I just want to see you participate because I don't know that you have the... I don't want to say courage because that sounds horrible.
Did you hear that, Kyle?
I did.
Is he questioning my adrenaline ability?
I think he is. I think the only way to settle this is a one-on-one go-kart race.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Staff race.
As long as we throw in the laser tag as well, because I'm gonna cook you in that too.
Like, let's just start slowly. Let's do a go-kart race. You might not be able to handle 2 losses in a day, Stephen.
I was going to say, let's just start with the go-karts and go from there.
Yeah. Kyle can be the judge and we'll see who the winner is.
Okay. I'm down for that. I'm down for that. Awesome.
Do you yourself work on the teenage school holiday program by yourself, or does like someone else help you, or?
Yeah, so in the initial planning stages, that's myself. So, but to take a step back even further before then, when I get ideas, I love to get ideas straight from the young people themselves, the young people that are attending the program, because obviously we want to design that to benefit those who are coming. We want to make sure that they're having the best time possible. So we always do a little feedback survey throughout the school holidays, and even just verbal conversations, like what would you like to do next? Like, have you heard of any new places that we could go to? And then when it comes to the actual planning and booking, that's myself independently. And then that final step of running the program, I have other staff from my direct team, the youth engagement team, that jump on board, and also from your team, the youth information centre team as well. And then we also hire some casuals too, especially for our bigger days, like Gumbaya World, for example. We will sell out that day so quickly. So we'll have 50 kids coming along. So we need to make sure that we're having at least 5 or 6 staff members to be there. So it's a little bit of a mixed bag. Starts with the young people, then myself, and then it's a team effort when it comes to actually running the program. And we always try to dip into activities that are within Casey, but also outside of Casey. I mean, there's 2 reasons for that, is that we want to take the young people on little adventures each day to places maybe that they haven't been before. And then also staying within Casey to see actually what is local and affordable places that you could go to after the school holidays with your family on the weekends, for example. Affordability as well is also like a big component. So we also try to make sure that we never go over about $35 to $40 is our max. And we try to do one $35 to $40 activity a week, and the rest is under that, if not free, where we can.
I like what you just said about trying to get young people to go outside of City of Case, like an excursion or whatever. So I know, like with our team, Youth Information, the contrast between like our team, in which obviously we're just within the centres, and then you guys like try and branch out to other parts of the local area that's not necessarily City of Casey.
Absolutely. Cool. And one thing that we try to do, creating balance with everything is so important, but we do like to venture outside of Casey here and there. But then there's also the balance of not going too far, because with the school holiday program, we have a bus pickup. So we go to 3 different bus locations before we head off to our activity. So we want to make sure that we're picking up, obviously, everyone safely and on time, and then getting to the activity on time. So we don't want to spend majority of our day on the bus, but we are happy to venture out here and there, that's for sure. So for example, like sometimes I book swimming activities, and I know that we have such amazing facilities here in Casey, like Casey Race and Casey Arc, but we might venture out to Park in Frankston or MSAC in St Kilda here and there, just to provide that variety. Places that the young people might not have usually gone to.
It's awesome that they get that unique opportunity to try different things. Love that. What I do love too is that usually, especially here at Narre Warren, where we're recording at the moment, we do tend to have young people that get off the bus and they'll come into the centre afterwards. Mm-hmm. So it's really cool that we actually get to hear the excitement and sort of, see the results of having such an awesome activity that they get to experience. So yeah, for us, it's really cool to see that. So.
Absolutely. You always get to, you're fully involved and get to hear exactly what we would have done on that day as well. And then that's great, because you can also always pass on feedback to me about like what the young people were saying, what they really enjoyed, maybe what they didn't enjoy as much. But yeah, that's the great part. You get to hear all of the excitement afterwards.
We'll definitely do hear that Veronica needs to get on those go-karts a lot more.
Is that the feedback, is it? I think that feedback is coming from one particular person.
Maybe a little bit. So, we've talked about some of the things that we've done in the past. what are some of the cool things? Are you allowed to tell us? What are some of the cool things that are coming up?
Well, here's the exclusive. I can give you a little bit of an inside word of what's going to come up for school holiday program in particular. So it's going to be summer. Our program will start in mid-January. Bookings will open at the start of December. So keep an eye out on our social media pages if you're interested in attending. We're going to be outside a lot. I'm thinking Luna Park.
Ooh.
I'm thinking the Melbourne Cable Park. Have you seen that before? It's like an outside water park.
Yeah,
and
it's
it's got
right.
like all the inflatable activities in water. We will also go to the movies as well. When we go to the movies, we generally go up to Belgrave to Cameo Cinemas, and we have a private theatre that we go to and watch our movie, which makes you feel pretty special. It's really nice up there. We're going to go swimming, and we're going to go to Gumbaya World as well. That's just a little taste of what's coming up in summer. And then we're also doing a collab with you two right here, the Youth Information Centre team, and we're going to do Summerfest.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Summerfest. We are so in planning at the moment for this. So many exciting things, and I'm not quite sure we're ready to reveal them, to be honest.
Oh.
Yeah.
So leaving us in suspense.
Well, I'll throw one out there. Potentially some youth workers will get wet.
Oh, there we go.
If you can hit the target, you might put us into the tank.
Oh my gosh, there you go. You heard it right here.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about other exciting things is we also have FReeZA. We'll have our last event for our FReeZA committee. So our FReeZA committee is called Ignite Entertainment, and they have been busy planning and organising our last event for the year, which will be on Saturday the 7th of December. It's called Jingle and Jam. That will be held here at our Narre Warren Youth Information Centre. So please come along to that. Again, look out on our social media pages for how to book in a ticket. It is $12 per ticket, and you can book online through Try Bookings. But again, look on our social media pages and there'll be a direct link. And then that will bring us to the end of the year, which is wild.
It's crazy to think that the year's gone by so fast.
Yeah.
We'll also have some links and stuff for upcoming events.
Great.
Summerfest is definitely on our agenda. Teenage School Holiday Program and the FReeZA event that's coming up, Jingle and Jam. That's really busy. It's going to be a busy time for us. So
Be Christmas before we know it.
Actually, I just got a quick question for you. So,
Yeah.
FReeZA and Ignite, is Ignite like, have the young people chosen that name for themselves? Is that right?
Yes, that's right. So a lot of local councils have a FReeZA committee, and then their FReeZA committee will choose their own name. So the KC FReeZA committee is called Ignite Entertainment, which is a name that they chose. And then they also designed the logo as well, which is really cool. It's like white writing with like a blue flame. And then we also got some T-shirts and some hoodies designed as well using that logo, which the committee wear to each meeting and event as well.
I have seen those T-shirts.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool.
They're very cool.
So, are there any places in particular that young people like to go to on the Teenage School Holiday programs?
I mean, Stephen's mentioned it a few times already, but go-karting is always up there. I think the young people would love to do it every school holidays if they had the opportunity, but we do love to rotate through activities. So go-karting would be the biggest one. The other big ones are zoo related. So like Hillsville is a big hit, Melbourne Zoo is a big hit, and Gumbaya World that has like that animal and water component, also really big hits as well.
No, that does not surprise me at all that go-karts is the most popular. So if someone wants to sign up for FReeZA, how do they go about that?
So it's actually the perfect time to apply for our FReeZA 2025 committee. In the start of December, we're going to release our expression of interest forms. You'll find that on the City of Casey website. If you jump onto the website, you go to the Family and Community tab. then to youth services and to youth events, you'll see the header for FReeZA, and then you will see the document for expressions of interest. So please jump onto there and fill out that form. And then if you were interested in coming along to our school holiday program as well, same process. You can jump onto our City of KC website. It is, I can tell you exactly, it's kc.vic.gov.au/holidays, and that will take you directly to our booking page.
Yeah, we'll also have flyers inside the X. So for those that are interested in joining FReeZA, they don't need to be a great singer. They don't need to be a fantastic artist, because there's so many different things that are involved in the creation and the running of an event. So it could be that you want to learn how to do lighting, or you learn how to control a switchboard.
Absolutely. That's such a good point to bring up, Stephen. There is no prior experience needed. You could be an artist. You could not be an artist. Like you said, you could just want to have an interest in particular audio tech when it comes to events, or maybe you just have interest in doing social media promotion, or maybe you just have an interest in being organized, or maybe you have an interest in just wanting to connect with other young people within KC. So anyone can apply to be a part of the FReeZA committee.
Yeah, that diversity in skills and knowledge will be a strength for the committee.
Absolutely. And if you're 12 to 25 and you live in the City of KC, then I definitely encourage that you apply.
Oh, fantastic. Veronica, it's been a pleasure. I'm sure we'll be challenging each other to a go-kart match at some point.
Update to come on future podcasts.
Well, we may have to, depending the results, they may never get released. But no, I'm pretty confident I'll be all right.
Let's see.
So yeah, well, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone. As always, all appropriate links will be attached to the show notes. To stay up to date with all the exciting things happening with KC Youth Services, please feel free to follow, like and share us on social media accounts at KC Youth Services.
Or feel free to drop into the KC Youth Information Centres. We're open 1:30 to 5:15, Monday to Friday, with extended hours exclusive to Hampton Park. Please check our website for more details. And until next time, take care and stay safe.
See you later, everyone.
Yeah.